Hello everyone, I'm back again with a new video which is based on the current news related to the ban on the over-the-counter sale of all syrup-based medicines including cough syrups effective from June 2026. The question that arises in front of us is why has this been done? So, the answer to this question is that this is a safety measure move driven by several critical factors such as first one, the tragic death reports of child deaths in states like Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, which raised concerns over contamination of cough syrups with some toxic liquids. The second factor could be the similar reports of contaminated India manufactured syrups were found from countries like the Gambia and Uzbekistan, affecting the children internationally. Because of this, there was immense pressure from organizations like the World Health Organization and National Human Rights Commission to tighten the supply chain. So, as of June 2026, pharmacists across India are required to dispense any syrup medication only after verifying the valid prescription from a registered medical practitioner. Next question is, what is the core change that has been brought by this amendment? This amendment removes the word syrups from Schedule K of the Drugs Rules 1945. Previously, Schedule K provided exemptions that allowed certain categories of drugs, including many syrups, to be sold without a formal prescription. But now, you must be thinking, what does this scheduled drug mean? So I'll tell you, these drugs are medicines that are legally classified under specific list called schedules within the country's drug laws. These schedules dictate exactly how a drug can be manufactured, stored, labeled, distributed and sold to consumers. Government use schedules to prevent people from having access to powerful drugs so that it doesn't accidentally harm themselves, to control drug misuse and addiction by keeping tight tabs on narcotics, to set strict standards how certain critical drugs are manufactured and tested. Do you know we have a huge list of scheduled drugs apart from Schedule K drugs? These are the first one is Schedule X drugs, which includes narcotics and highly regulated habit forming drugs. The next one is Schedule H drugs, which include the drugs which can't be sold over the counter and needs a valid prescription from a registered medical practitioner. The next one are Schedule H1, which includes antibiotics, and the next is Schedule G drugs. These don't necessarily require a prescription to buy, but they carry a prominent warning label to be taken under medical supervision only. And at last, the topic in news, that is Schedule K drugs. These are the drugs that are exempted from certain manufacturing or sale licensing requirement without needing a rigid doctor's prescription. You may wonder how to spot a scheduled drug. You can easily spot a scheduled drug by looking at the strip of medicine or bottle. Before moving further, let us understand the background of this amendment. The exclusion of syrups didn't happen overnight. It followed a step-by-step regulatory process. So let's have an overlook over the steps. The first step is the incident that acted as a catalyst. As stated earlier, the severe cases of contaminated cough syrups which link to pediatric casualties both locally and globally. The second step that is followed is the approval from the Drugs Consultative Committee, which approved the proposal to delete the syrup exemption on 17th of November 2025. Then the third step involved the issue of draft notification by the ministry on 29th of December 2025 proposing the omission of the word syrup. And then the last step, when the final executive order was signed on 9th of June 2026, enacting the Drugs 5th Amendment Rules 2026. So friends, this was the whole procedure regarding this amendment. Historically, Entry 7 under Schedule K permitted general store owners to sell a very specific basket of household remedies over the counter, so villagers wouldn't have to travel miles for basic care. This included aspirin tablet, paracetamol tablet, analgesic balm, syrup, pills, tablets for cough, etc. But for the first time, cough syrups have been removed from the list. But the cough tablets, pills and lozenges are still included. That has to be kept in mind. Now, when we have understood the whole context behind this amendment, let us have a look on the pros and cons of this step. I'll be discussing about the pros first. So this will enhance consumer safety and quality control as these products will move through a licensed pharmacy supply chain, ensuring proper batch tracking, storage standard and accountability. Secondly, certain cough syrups include codeine or antihistamine that are frequently misused as recreational substances. So by removing them from over-the-counter access, it will curb the misuse. Thirdly, as we know, parents often self-medicate children with leftover or easily brought cough syrup, which most of the time lead to accidental overdosage. So even this can be stopped from this amendment. So friends, this was about pros, but as we know, everything has its own positives and negatives. So let us have a look on the cons also. Firstly, they will reduce the access of medicine in remote and rural areas, forcing the villagers to travel long distance to just purchase a standard cough syrup. It may also increase the burden, as now we need to take a prescription from a registered medical practitioner, which was not necessary earlier. So they need to travel for long distance, increasing the cost of traveling also. This will overburden the primary health center for seeking basic seasonal remedies. This was all about its pros and cons, but the next and important question that arises is how government is going to break implementation hurdles and benefit the general public. So, here are some actionable strategies that could be adopted, such as the development of mobile pharmacies to solve the last mile access deficit in village with a population under 1000. The government can scale up its Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Pariyojana to deploy mobile pharmacy vans to a rotating schedule of remote village weekly. The government can even partner with drone delivery startups which can bridge the geographic barrier. Secondly, the risk that was associated with the syrups was contamination with propylene glycol or diethylene glycol, which are lethal chemicals. So, solution for this is suspensions. The government can subsidize and incentivize the pharmaceutical companies to manufacture suspensions, which have the same efficacy as syrups have without using high-risk glycol solvents. Third step that can be taken is to leverage the telemedicine via local general stores. This can be done by developing e-Sanjeevani kiosk wherever the government can train small village retailers to set up basic digital teleconsultation booths using National e-Sanjeevani portal. Here, the villagers with bad cough visit the shops, connects the doctor via video call and receives a digital prescription. That's how the authorized syrup is delivered to the shop. So in this way, the villagers can get the medicines nearby to their home. Now the next step that can be taken is the promotion of safe exempted alternatives such as cough lozenges, pills and chewable tablets through massive regional language campaigns can educate the patients. I know these suggestions may seem to be impractical at some sense, but if implemented, they can turn into an opportunity to scale up telemedicine, upgrade local manufacturing chemistry, and deliver safe alternatives via digital infrastructure. In this way, the government can effectively turn a safety crackdown into a modern healthcare revolution for rural India. At last, I am leaving with the fact sheet for you to remember some of the key points regarding this topic. Hope you like the video. Thank you for watching it. For watching such videos in future, please subscribe the channel on YouTube and press the bell icon for the notification for new videos.